Yeah, okay, good morning, afternoon, and evening. It's the guy you should believe in. Dropping heat like every season. Underdog like Willie Beeman.
We're missing
Classic like
Travis.
Dom singing. Blast
We had some
Yeah,
scheduling
Travis's body quit again.
His body quit.
Travis's body keeps giving out. His body keeps giving out now. He said some bullshit like his dad died or something.
All right. All his family is happy and healthy.
Yeah, his mom died. He's crying about it being a little.
So NFL preseason's upon us. We're well into training camp. There's been injuries. Dak's been throwing interceptions. It's the good old NFL preseason. And so that means fantasy's coming around. So we're going to talk about fantasy majority today, and then we're going to talk a little bit about if preseason's even like needed. And then maybe it'll be one-on-one with me and Travis later, but not 100% sure. So for now, it's me and Zane.
Clip this for when it's not a one-on-one with him and Travis.
Probably. Okay. So there's a couple things we have to take care of in terms of housekeeping. So like prizes for our league that we're doing with our friends, it's like what, 120 to the winner, 70 to the second.
Yeah, it's 10 per is what they said.
I thought we were doing 20.
Yeah, it doesn't matter.
Doesn't matter.
I don't know. I saw 10 and then
I wanted to go bigger.
20 per.
Personally, I want to go bigger than 20.
Yeah, because you're addicted to gambling. You're a gambling addict.
No, I'm not. Mom, I'm not. Okay.
So, anyways, we are in a fantasy team. I don't know.
Let's establish some rules for like us three, because we're all in the same fantasy league.
Yeah.
You like punishments for who loses at the end of the year. This is separate from like the actual winnings of the league and everything.
Yeah, it's just it's the podcast like rules and then prizes and punishments. I think rules is Trav gets Kirk Cousins round 1, and then you get Trevor Lawrence round 1.
No,
and then
bro.
I get Lamar Jackson round 1.
No, that's crazy.
Yeah, but I mean, you got to put your mouth where the money is.
your money where your mouth is.
Yeah, that one.
No, I don't think round 1 is crazy. I think
who would you take over? Because you were like, oh, Trevor Lawrence is top. You're trying to put him like top 5 or like top 6.
Yeah, but I'm not going to take him. But we're talking about fantasy here. Fantasy is way different from like best player.
Is
in the
he your
league.
first quarterback that you're going to take?
No.
Who are you taking then?
I'm not going to tell you, because then you're going to take him early in the round, you turd.
No, because if we commit to this, then it doesn't matter, because then I take Lamar Jackson like as my first quarterback. Trav takes Kirk Cousins as his first.
Everyone else watches the pod. That's on. Well, majority of the people in this fantasy.
Well, then they can make sure that we get our picks. Because
no, bro, I'm not saying who I'm taking first.
No, I'm saying if we do this one, it doesn't matter because you have to take Trevor Lawrence first.
Yeah, I'm not going to take. I'm not going to take him first. I am going to take Trevor Lawrence, but I'm going to take him normally in like
I think you should
a normal
take him
round.
first.
No, bro. You got to draft for volume in the first like 2 picks. I'm gonna have a weird draft order. You just kind of, how do you draft for fantasy?
I'll either let it auto pick for me, or I'll just go by like the names I recognize.
Okay, all right.
But I haven't watched football in like 2 years, so it's gonna be like I'm gonna see like Tyreek Hill. I'm gonna draft him in the first round.
That's not a bad pick, but I mean, still, there's better. There's better, but like if you,
I usually try and go running back. He's
a receiver, but yeah.
No, as my first pick.
Oh yeah, I mean that's what most people do. You get a lot of value there. You get a ton of value. You're not guaranteed, but you have a high chance for touchdown.
I'd go Derrick Henry probably.
That's not a bad pick. That's a good pick. If he's on the board. If he's on the board,
first round.
Everyone has a first round. Everyone has a pick in each round.
No, if I'm like first.
Oh, you take Derrick Henry number 1 overall.
I don't know anybody else who's. Yeah. So yeah. I would.
Okay. Yeah. No. So I mean, most people go I feel like most people go running back, receiver, tight end, and take care of the weapons first, and then go at 4. They double up, and then some people take a quarterback sort of early at 5, 6. Some people fill out the rest of the roster and then just take whatever's left.
What round are you taking your kicker?
What round am I taking my kicker?
Yeah.
I'm taking him at 9. I'm taking my defense and my kicker around 8, 9.
I once took who was it?
I've taken a kicker. My first year we did fantasy, I took a kicker in round 4, which was wild.
Bro, I did the same thing.
Yeah, my first year in fantasy, I took a kicker
like the Ravens kicker who like
Justin Tucker. That's a good. That's honestly a solid pick, but not that high.
Round 4.
Yeah, see, 5, like 5 or 6, I can understand it because Justin Tucker is going to be the first kicker off the board. So if you get him early, that's not a bad pick. It's just you can get better value in rounds 5 and 6. That's usually like where quarterbacks go. And
yeah,
you'll be surprised and happy to hear this. The Ravens defense is projected to be the highest scoring defense in fantasy this year.
Oh yeah. Should we try and get our favorite team's defenses?
I take the Broncos defense every year. It doesn't matter. It doesn't matter. I take the Broncos defense every year.
So Trav would take the Colts defense. And then I would take the Ravens.
He's going to be negative every year. Or negative every game.
Seems like I feel like we make this a rule now.
I feel like I agree.
Executive decision. We have to take our favorite team.
Or he either has to take his favorite teams, or he has to take the Vikings defense.
Are they going to be bad?
I don't know, but I'm just saying to make it just to bring the whole Kirk Cousins thing full circle.
Yeah. The problem is that like the Ravens are projected high, so I'm going to have to take their defense high if this is a rule.
No, I mean the defense. People don't take defenses till late in the draft. Kickers and defenses don't go till late. I take them mid because like middle of my draft, just because you get really good. Like if you get a good defense, you're gonna have weeks where you play the Texans probably will be better, but they're still gonna be bad. Like you're gonna get weeks where that defense is playing a really bad offense, and it's gonna be high production. Or you take a decent kicker in games where like you're gonna have, it's just a field goal kind of week. And he's gone.
Okay, it's a new position. There's a new area. I'm still trying to get the lighting so my face doesn't look weird.
Yeah. So, ow, just bit my leg, you psycho.
Okay, so I'm down for the defensive rule.
The defense, everyone has to take their
to at least try. Right, okay. Your first defense has if Trav has the Colts for defense that he can pick up and he doesn't, he broke the rules.
Or should we make it where you have to take at least one player from your favorite team?
I like because I like doing both.
That makes it a little bit better to where it's easier to do.
I'm down for both. I'm down for doing both.
So I'll run that. So let me write these down. What we have so far. Let me throw this guy.
Did you say let me fuck?
No, let me throw this guy in his fucking crate real quick. Where?
I bet. And I'll work on my
lay down or sit in the crate. Sit. Lay down. Stay. I put him on his bed for now. If he gets up again, then I'll take him to his crate. Anyways, okay. So first rule. We're going to have a lot of cutting to do.
Yeah.
So first rule is so each of us have to take, you're taking Lamar. I'm taking Lawrence. And Trav's taking Kirk. That's quarterbacks. And then the defenses, each team, we all have to take our favorite team's defense.
Yeah, I'm down for that.
And then do we want to do the one player or no? Because we take the defenses,
I like that.
Okay. Favorite team.
Well, Trav's probably not going to say yes to the defenses.
Probably not. So the favorite player or the favorite one player on your team is probably good. Because okay. And then winner. Let's go winner first. Or should we do punishment first?
We'll do winner first. What does the winner get? It's got to be something that relates to the pod, that affects the podcast.
I did like your idea about the arguments. The loser, like, or the winner gets to just shut down 2 arguments, like 2 arguments per person.
Yeah. Like literally. So like like that debate where it was like, if I went to the Super Bowl 4 times,
Right.
but I lost it every single time. And then how heated I'm screaming.
Yes.
You can just go,
No,
no,
I'm
I
right.
think I'm right.
Yeah. Okay. Okay. That's yeah. Okay.
I'm
So
right.
so 2 vetoes essentially.
Yeah.
Per
Basically
person.
2 vetoes for the winner per person.
Okay.
Do you have anything else off the top of your head?
I was thinking something along the lines of like you have to wear something during the pod. Like the facial hair is good, but we talked about that.
Yeah.
But like something that they have to wear, like it can be
Some of
something
us are lacking
stupid.
the facilities to do that one.
All right, you know what? So what do you think of that? Like you have to wear like a stupid hat or something, or like
For punishment?
yeah.
For
Punishment. Yeah, for the winner. Okay, anything else for the winner?
What would you want if you win for that affects the pod? What would you want?
It affects the pod. I mean, I don't know. There's nothing like the vetoes are great. That's like directly applicable. So I think that works. And then for loser, what do we think?
Can you still hear me good from right here?
Yeah.
All right. For loser, it's got to be something embarrassing, but yeah, maybe the first and second place get to decide together, like a hat that the person has to wear for like the next 4 pods.
Okay.
Oh my goodness. Travis loses. We get him like a Make America Great Again.
I think we should do it because fantasy ends before the playoffs end. So we should do it for the rest of the season, like every week for the rest of the season.
Yes,
that's what we should do. Because I think it's 17 weeks. I think it's just the regular season.
The pod right after that ends.
Yeah.
The loser has to take like a shot of hot sauce for the pod, and then do the pod.
Oh, okay.
I like that. I think that's comedy.
Okay. All right. That's tough.
That would be funny.
Mm-hmm.
Gotta take a shot of hot sauce and then do the pod.
Yeah. Okay, do we have anything else in terms of like rules for actual fantasy? Should we have rules for when we play games against each other? Oh, that's what we should do. We should have to have the quarterbacks. So the quarterbacks that we each have to draft, Lamar, Kirk, and Trevor Lawrence. When we play each other, we have to
start them unless they're in a bye. Yeah.
Okay. Yeah, unless they're in a bye.
And are we going off of like how we do in fantasy, or are we going off how we do against each other? I think we could even split it up. Like the hat is for how we do against each other.
Yeah.
But then the hot sauce is how we do overall in the league.
Okay.
So the worst out of the 3 of us overall in the league has to do the hot sauce. But like I could do worst in the league, but then still beat you and Trav when we play each other.
Right.
And then, like one of you guys has to wear the hat.
Right. Okay. That way you don't have to take all of it.
There's a chance you don't have to take all of it.
Yes. So the hat is for. So this is for total, and then the hat is for us. Okay. Us record. Okay. I like those. I think that's good. I think that works.
I think we need another prize though. We need a prize to really rub it in for the winner. How about we just like the winner can just make up their prize, because it's not going to be monetary value. It's going to be something that we have to interact with.
Yeah.
And it would just be the winner. It would just be for like a pod or 2. So like I can make up a rule that like every time I snap like everyone has to say something every time I snap my fingers.
Yeah, could be that,
So
or
we'll just
like, yeah, or like you get to pick a certain topic or something like that no one else wants to talk about.
true. I win and then we just switch for 2 podcasts. We just talk about political debates. We go heavy into politics.
Oh, that's good. Okay. All right. So I think that's so to run it back down, we all at some point have to take Lamar, Trevor Lawrence, or Kirk Cousins at whatever point we need to, we have to.
Yeah.
We have to all pick our favorite defense and a favorite player and one player from our favorite team.
Mm-hmm.
And then the winner gets to have 2 vetoes per person per argument. They can just say, no, I'm right. And then the loser for our record against each other has to wear something till the end of the season, till the Super Bowl. And the hot sauce shot, and then you have to take a hot sauce shot if you're the worst in the league. What if or is it just if does one of us have to be actually the worst in the league, or just whoever is the worst in the whole
Out
league?
of the 3 of us?
Okay, so you don't so you're not actually the worst in the league.
Yeah, just the worst out of the 3 of us in the league, but then we'll keep a record of like when we play each other.
Okay. Doable. All right.
And I'd say that you try your hardest to get these players. Like if you don't get them in the draft, you have to at least make a reasonable trade to try and get these players.
And we can help each other out. If someone takes someone, we can move stuff around. Yeah. Okay, I like it. Do we have anything else with fantasy? Like, do you have any other questions or help you need with fantasy or anything?
I need a lot of help. First of all, give me your top 5 receivers, please.
Just go on the app. Like if you go on the app and you go to receivers,
what do you have written down? Because you have more than 5 written down, right?
Yeah.
But you're not going to get all of them, so just give me a couple.
So like, well, yeah, I'll just go here. Let me go to the app real quick because this will tell you
what round are you taking a QB? Because that's the stuff I don't know. It's like what round to take what.
I'm taking a QB.
I have been like on a streak of being like the bottom of the barrel in fantasy for the last, like,
for me, I always start out great and then I have terrible quarterback play. So then I just get screwed. So like for me, I'm taking a quarterback in the 3rd round.
3rd? Is that normal?
No.
When do people mostly take their quarterbacks?
I feel like most people take it at like 5. But I'm going to take one 3rd round and just make sure I get my guy because you know what I'm like, I just want to make sure I get him so I'm set, like I'm solid. So I'm taking a quarterback 3rd round and I'm taking one 5th too. I'm going to take Lawrence most likely it's going to be Lawrence at 5.
It's crazy. It's so crazy that it's either Patrick Mahomes or Josh Allen. There's no other 2 ones that you are picking in the 3rd round. Like you're acting like this is a secret. Like you can't tell me. Everybody, if you are choosing a quarterback before everybody else, it is Patrick Mahomes or Josh Allen.
Yeah. Well, I mean, yeah, but it's just like I don't think anyone else is going to do it. I'm insane. I'm insane, and I want to make sure I have a quarterback, so no one else will be doing it. So I don't have anything to worry about really. But I just have a feeling if they see this, they're gonna fucking make them. But okay, wide receivers. I'll just read off the top 10 here, and then I'll give you my personal, the ones that I like. So Cooper Kupp again, but he's questionable. Jamar Chase, Tyreek Hill, Justin Jefferson, Devontae Adams, Percy, CeeDee Lamb, Stephon Diggs, Garrett Wilson. I think his first name is Amon-Ra St. Brown, DJ Metcalf, Jalen Waddle, and then T. Higgins. I think that's top 10. 1, 2,
what about
3, 4,
there's like a receiver for Philly. His name's like AJ Brown or something.
Yeah, he is probably, I think he is in the top, he's in the top 15, I think. Yeah, I think that's 15. Yeah, that's 12, 13. Yeah, he's 13. So for me, the ones that I'm looking at are Cooper Kupp is great. I'm steering away from him this year. I took him last year, like 3rd or something like that. And he was really high volume. It was great. And then he got hurt and it just kind of screwed me. Percy, stop. And then he's just moving my mic around. Um, so yeah, he's like, I don't know. I don't like taking a guy straight off an injury. Same argument with Odell. I just don't like taking a guy coming off of an injury. You just don't know what you're going to get. He's projected high, but you don't know what you're going to get.
Oh, should we make Travis take Odell?
Could instead of the one favorite player. Yeah, maybe we make him take
We
Odell.
might have to make him take Odell.
Yeah. And then Jamar Chase is good. I mean, Jamar Chase is like that's the safest pick you can make, right? Of the receivers,
Right
I
back?
feel like.
Oh no, he's a receiver.
Receivers. Stop, Percy. Jesus. Dude, you see my mic keep moving? Yeah. So Jamar Chase is definitely the safest pick, I think. He's gonna get the ball. Joe Burrow's gonna go to him. Like it's safe. Tyreek is it's all dependent on Tua. That's the problem. Like he's going to get his points. He's going to have a decent volume every game. He's going to get targeted. He has the big playability, like to break off a big one. But if Tua goes down again, like you're not promised anything. So it's kind of a high ceiling, high risk to me. Justin Jefferson, the model of consistency. Kirk is going to go to him every game. He's healthy. He's young. He has big playability. That's another safe one. Devontae Adams is, I don't know. Cause again, it's one of those things where Jimmy G could be hurt 5 games out of the year and Devontae's useless, or he could, Jimmy could stay healthy and Devontae's amazing. That's another one.
Do they still have that? Who's their tight end?
Darren Waller, and he's gone. He's gone.
What
He's
happened
a jet. He's a Giant now.
There was a tight end for the 49ers who was like
George Kittle.
Where is he at now?
He's still on the Niners.
Oh, wait.
Talking about the Raiders.
Oh, who's Jimmy Garoppolo's on the Raiders?
Yeah.
Oh my goodness. All right. Where is Christian in this league?
I don't know.
I really wish he is.
I don't think he is.
Because I want him to take Derek Carr.
Let me look actually. I forgot I can see. He is in this league, and he is not. Travis and I are in the same division, and you're alone in the West.
So does that affect who I play, or I get to play you the same?
You guys all play. We play each other, but you're just not in our division. So when it comes to playoffs, Trav and I are going to be battling for a playoff spot. You won't have to play us you won't have to battle us for a playoff spot.
I think we text Christian and we tell him the rules of this, and he also has to take Derek Carr because he's a Derek Carr fan.
He's in our division.
Yeah,
and that's going to be good for him though. New Orleans is going to be good this year, and he's going to have a bunch of great empty stats. We could.
I don't know.
Could. I mean, I'm sure he might.
I'm sure he's going to take them anyways.
Yeah, he might. But back to the receivers. CeeDee Lamb, I like CeeDee Lamb a lot. Dallas is always a high scoring offense. Dak's going to throw picks, but he's also going to throw touchdowns. CeeDee Lamb's supposed to be the number one option. He got paid like it. So I think, he's got to be, that's a number one option. I think he's going to get targeted a good amount this year. I like that pick. Stephon Diggs with Buffalo or the Bills. That's a good pick too. I think you're not going to get as much consistency. I don't think, if I remember from last year correctly, you're going to get an average like 14, but you have he had outings where his lowest production was 4 points and his highest production was 44. So you're going to get anywhere between 14 to 20 every game, and you might pop off. And then there might be a game where he pops off, and there might be a game where he's buns. But he's pretty consistent. That's a good pick.
I usually just go right before the draft. I'll just go to one of those fantasy.
Yeah.
One of those. Well, I don't even know what they're called, but they just tell you
just
5
a draft board. Yeah.
Yeah, a draft board basically.
Yeah. Garrett Wilson for the Jets. Don't really know.
No. Let's get to the real question. Who would be out? Pick 5 people that you take first round if you're the number 1 pick. 5 people.
Oh, 5 people.
Or 3, right?
McCaffrey.
Really?
Yep. Austin Eckler.
Who is that?
He's the running back for the Chargers, bro, and it's a sneaky pick. If someone will do it, I won't get him, but if he's
Number
available,
one? You're taking him number one?
bro. Last year, hold on. Austin Eckler last year had 13 touchdowns and he averaged 13 touchdowns. The thing for him is he's a dual threat. Like he'll have 40 plus yards on like through the air, but he'll also give you like 80 plus rushing yards a game
So he's
and a
kind of
touchdown.
like Tony Pollard.
Kind of like Tony Pollard. Same thing. It's the same thing with Christian McCaffrey. So like,
Who? Okay. Who's your third?
so McCaffrey, Eckler, and then probably Justin Jefferson. I feel like he was really solid last year. A lot of good games. And then if I had to, if none of those guys are up, I might take a chance on Cooper Kupp. I kind of want to stay away from him, but if I'm like 4 or something, all those guys are gone, maybe.
Is
If
Derrick
not,
Henry supposed to not be good this year?
no, he is.
Why
I
wouldn't
just
you take
don't.
him?
I just don't. I don't know. I just don't like taking Titans players. Like it just. I just
What?
like. I just don't.
Okay, so this is why you've never won.
Titans players. What do you mean? Just I don't take Titans players. Usually he's gone anyways by the time I'm drafting.
Yeah, but you
there's
have
no
the
way.
first pick overall.
The first pick. Maybe I would.
I feel
I
like
don't.
I feel like
I
it's
don't know.
everybody else in there. If they're picking in top three, they're putting Derrick Henry in the top three. I know. I consider taking him.
I just wouldn't. Yeah. If yeah, he's a good. He's a good pick. I just don't. I don't know. I mean, he's been healthy too. I don't know. I don't know why I wouldn't take him, but I just don't feel like he's one of those players that I feel like he would perform for everyone else but me. I don't know. Like as soon as I would have.
I would take Derrick Henry and then the Bengals running back.
Joe Mixon.
Yeah, and then probably Travis Kelce or my three.
Yeah. Oh yeah. Well, yeah. Kelsey's the one. I don't know if he'll still be available second round, but I want to get Kelsey second round. If I had to pick, so if I had
That's the
number
thing.
one, I would get McCaffrey and then Kelsey second round because that's an insanely good pick, super high volume.
Yeah, the reason why Travis is good is because it's a slot to where he performs so much better than any other tight end, to where that slot gets you just so many more points because you really don't have that many options at tight end. But like wide receivers and running backs, you have options to where like they can get you decent points. A tight end, like if you take Travis Kelce, you're outperforming every other tight end.
I don't know, dude.
Every single week.
I think Darren Waller's a sneaky good pick at tight end this year. George Kittle's a great pick at tight end. TJ Hawkinson, I had him last year. Dog. Absolute dog. He had a game last year. Let me look.
It's concerning me that I don't know any of these people you're talking about.
TJ Hawkinson, he had 2 games last year of 30 plus where he had 8 receptions. He had one game where he had 8 receptions, 179 yards, 2 tugs. And then he had another game. It was 13 receptions, 109 yards, 2 tugs. And each of those games are both because he got traded from the Lions to the Vikings.
What are tugs?
Touchdowns.
Oh, okay.
Yeah. So there's some good picks in tight end too. I'm not really worried about tight end. I don't know if I'd take it. Like Kelsey's the only one I'd probably take that high. I would probably take a tight end if I didn't have one in like round 4 or like 4, 6, or 7, maybe if Kelsey was gone. And they probably still would be there, I think, but I don't know. Some other sneaky good picks, I think, this year. Lazard is oddly low. Alan Lazard.
I have no clue.
He played with Aaron Rodgers in Green Bay and had a really good end of the year. And then the Jets got him this year to go with Aaron. And for some reason, he's like only projecting like 9 points a game.
It's probably just because it's unknown how good the Jets are going to be.
But we saw the duo last year, though. That's the thing. That's the weird part to me is we saw how good they can be together last year. But I guess they think that Garrett Wilson's going to get majority of the targets from Rodgers. I don't know, but that one's a sneaky good one.
Would
I
you
think
pick up
so.
Rodgers?
No.
Do you want it?
No.
Not
I
even
think
like a backup.
if I didn't have another option and he was the best quarterback, yeah. But I wouldn't like if it was between
You
him or
take
Justin
Lawrence.
Fields,
No, you
I
take
would.
Lawrence over him.
Yeah. The division's better for Lawrence. Like I feel more confident that he's going to have better in division play, so he's going to have more good games than Rodgers will with his in his division. I can't wait to see your draft, dude. It's going to be so funny.
Well, depending on what time it is, it might just be an auto draft.
We usually do it at like 7 at night or later.
Yeah, so if I work, then I'll be getting off at like 7. Well, if I close, then I get off at 8. So it might just be an auto draft.
We'll make it work. I'm sure.
I would like to be able to record while we're drafting.
That
And
would be
we just
cool.
like we just like chat, and then once we're up, then we make our picks like
And we can
while
kind of talk about it. Yeah.
Yeah. And it could be like a live, kind of like a live draft.
I mean, we could always just go live on YouTube and do a live draft.
I guess, yeah, but like there ain't no point really.
Less editing.
Yeah, that is true.
Okay. I think that unless you have any other questions about that, I guess we don't really have to talk about.
No, I'm pretty stacked.
We don't have to talk about preseason. We filled our time.
That is true.
It's okay.
Travis.
His body quits.
His body gave out again.
So in lieu that this is the end of the podcast and Travis doesn't end up doing, and Travis doesn't do
Travis is gonna be like, you guys talked for the entire 45 minutes.
Yeah.
And he's like, no.
Yeah. So most likely this is the end of the podcast. So basically we just talked about
let's re-put that clip in. Let's re-put that clip in of like Travis is not showing up today.
Yeah. So we basically just talked about fantasy today. That's pretty much it. We just chatted about fantasy drafts coming up.
You notice how calm I am when Travis isn't here? Right? When Trav gets here, he just gets under my skin. He's just like he's like a little weasel. Just thinking about him. Ugh. I don't know what it is about that guy. He pisses me off.
Okay. Yeah, we just talked about fantasy today. And if you want to catch more of our content, and I think we're going to do some fantasy content on our social medias. We have other stuff going up every day. Find it at buffet.sports on TikTok, Instagram, and YouTube.
Shout out FaZe Jev.